Welcome back, all, and we really apologize. This is not our plan. This is not what we thought that is going to be happening in this live stream today. It is so challenging, but everything is going to okay. We are doing our best to set up back and make sure that we put on everything the way that it ought to be, because technology is actually good, but it can disappoint you at any point in time. So it is not like a plan, something that we plan like to bring out this breakdown, but it do take to happen in certain cases. So once it happens, now we cannot say no to it. We must have to work according to the way of the technology. Okay, so please, if you are just join the live back, let's go. Okay, just join the live back, let's go to see how we can make it to be greater and more greater. Okay,
with a pulsating rhythm. Layer in some hi-hats and claps to make it feel fast and dynamic. A subtle orchestral hit for dramatic effect. The beat gradually fades out with the trailing echo effect. A subtle sweet sound close, leaving a futuristic feel. Digital effect to signal something exciting is coming. Layer with a heartbeat like bass that increases in intensity. To drop a powerful bass drum with a deep sub bass, giving it that electrifying start. Adding punching kick drums and a shock snare to keep the energy high. A robotic voice, a techie vocal chop saying, "Welcome to the Black Fruit One." High energy EDM style synths with a pulsating rhythm. Layer in some hi-hats and claps to make it feel fast and dynamic. A subtle orchestral hit for dramatic effect. The beat gradually fades out with the trailing echo effect. A cyber sweep sound to close, leaving a futuristic feel. A robotic voice, a techie vocal shout saying, "Welcome to the Black Fruit One." High energy EDM style synths with a pulsating rhythm. Layer in some hi-hats and claps to make it feel fast and dynamic. A subtle orchestral hit for dramatic effect. The beat gradually energy, digital effect to signal something exciting's coming. Layered with a heartbeat like bass that increases in intensity. She'll drop a powerful bass drop with a deep sub bass, giving it that electrifying start. Adding punching kick drums and a shock snare to keep the energy high. A robotic voice, a techie vocal chop saying, welcome to the Back Foosh One. High energy EDM style synths with a pulsating rhythm. Layering some hi-hats and claps to make it feel fast and dynamic. A subtle orchestral hit for dramatic effect. The beat gradually fades out with the trailing echo effect. A sound of sweet sound to close, leaving a futuristic feel. With a pulsating rhythm, layering some hi-hats and claps to make it feel fast and dynamic. A subtle orchestral hit for dramatic effect.
Hello all and welcome back to Impact Fuse One. Please, we are quite sorry for the breakdown that we have. This is not a planned something, it is something that happens as a result of technology. Or we have technology but we don't control technology. Okay, we can use it, we can be expert, but we don't control it how it works. If it by the time that it wants to fade you, by the time that you want to disappoint you, no matter whatsoever you do, you are going to face it. Okay, but we tried everything possible to make sure that we come back, and the reason that we make sure that we do this is to be accurate, is to make sure that we don't just come here like to get views, but also to make sure that whatsoever thing that we are going to be giving out is something that it can help the community, it can help the people. As you come here to watch, you don't just watch Impact Fuse for entertainment. Actually, this is not an entertainment channel, a YouTube channel like other channels that are just to give you your entertainment. This is a learning channel. Okay, this is an entrepreneurship channel. This is a channel that have a core concern to make sure that it leaves the impact on people. That is why we give it the name to be called Impact Fuse. Okay, that is why we give it the name to be called Impact Fuse. So even that you watch all our videos are about educational and content. So we don't really give out content just to like make sure that we get the pleasure of the people. We give out content that we are sure that is going to have the impact on the community, to make sure that whosoever that watches our live stream, you must be like, I have watched something today, and it should also have an impact in your life also as you are watching. Please, the other thing that we are really pleasing for you to give us here in this live is that you can like the live, participate in sharing like your opinion, your views, your comment. They are so important for us. They are going to really help us in so much way as we move down to break everything, so long as Impact Fuse is concerned, so long as the today topic is concerned. So that is it. So before, as we are moving, so in today's tutorial, in today's classroom, as we are here already, we're going to be talking on about Microsoft Word. Okay, we are going to be talking about Microsoft Word. All right, this Microsoft Word is an application which is a word processing software. This is a word processing software which is used by most people to process their document, like to type document. In case you have a document that you are about to type, Microsoft Word is one of the most best document application that a lot of people always go for when it comes to word processing. Okay, so now you have to understand how this application can work, how it can help you, the things that you have to do there, and especially you also define what you want to do. and how you can go about to make that thing to be really okay, to make it to really get the real result that you want to have it. Because at times it's not about getting the application, because you see people experts that have trained very well in certain fields, but the result or the outcome of what they give is very shattered or very low. Because like it's like if somebody would learn a video editing, okay, so you may know about video editing, you may have Adobe Premiere Pro, you may have everything that is needed, you may have Photoshop, you may have Illustrator, but bear with me, the outcome of what you are going to be giving to the society is still very, very poor. So that is why we decide to come out with this particular topic, because it's not just about like the fact of getting the equipment, the fact of getting the things that you need for make it, but also we are also looking on the fact just to also understand what we are doing. Okay, so let's move down to this tutorial as we break it down. So please, we would like to see the comment section, the chat room to be very active as you drop your chat, you drop your opinions, you drop what you think. So we are going to be making it to be the best for each and everyone. And now we are also glad to know that the screen is stabilized and everything is okay. It was one of the most difficult time for me, like to really picture it, seeing that I'm setting up a live stream and it is not going okay. So this was one of the most challenging time for me, but I am glad that you people, all my impactors here, you stay to watch us, you stay to follow us with us. Okay, so let's dive deep into this application. So why did I come up with this live stream? A lot of people now, technology is evolving, everything is moving, everything is going, but word processing becomes one of the most challenging things that we have to do. Okay, because either you are like a teacher, you have to prepare notes, you are an entrepreneur, you have to write project, you are maybe a marketer, you have to write down your marketing strategy. All right, so now let me say, for example, you have a project to write, like an entrepreneur or an employer, you have to prepare letters, you have to prepare invoice, you have to prepare maybe you have to prepare order, you have to write memo, you have to write public notice and what whatsoever. So that is why I said that this live stream, it doesn't exempt anybody. Nobody is less to appear to be a part of this life, and nobody is so more to be part of this life. You have to be part of this life as a maybe a job seeker, as an maybe as an aspiring somebody that you want to move around the world. You need to know how to write, because let me say that you are going for a job interview and you need to make a CV. Some of these CVs are easy to be drafted, or offer letters or maybe recommendation letters can be drafted using AI. But now AI draft it for you. You as a human being, you can't take something, a machine generated something, to come and give to me and tell me that okay, you are up to the task. Now you must be able to edit this document on your own. You must be able to do some necessary adjustment there and some necessary positioning. That is why if you are working in an office, most of times when this some of these documents come to us, well, just to trash it and move as if we have seen nothing, because it will be like you are written actually nothing but trash, as you see a document that somebody have really take time to work on it, but the quality, the affirmability, it shows that it's just like what we call the copy and paste. So this class is to make sure that either you are a student, you are a professional, you are an entrepreneur, you are an employer, you are a job seeker, this is for you. Let's move down as we look. So now the Microsoft Word that we are going to be using in this tutorial today, or in this live stream today, is the Microsoft Word 2016. Okay, 2016. But it is not like, this is not the latest but not the lowest version. I just try to take this to be like a medium. And please, I have not been paid by Microsoft Word to do this. This is a personal decision, this is a personal tutorial, and it is a personal coverage, as we are doing everything here without using any third party payment or any third party this thing. This is just a disclaimer. So now Microsoft itself has gone and it has evolved in so many dimensions. You have the Microsoft Word 2003, which was the first Microsoft Word processing application that came out. We have the Microsoft Word 2007, we have the Microsoft Word 2010, we have the Microsoft Word 2012, we have 2016, we have 2018, and we even have 2021, which is like the latest package. Okay, but Now what happened is just more of facilitation, it just come with more of facilitation. So now also I would also like to make you to understand that in this tutorial we are not just going to be concentrating on about the fact of 2016. When I'll tell you something here, I'm going to still mention to you about the fact of where you can still get it if you are using a lesser version. That means that if you are using like 2010 or 2007, because these are some of the things that have also been there for a long time. So we are going to be touching on all those particular aspects. Okay, so now let's look on how Microsoft Word even happens to be. This is a word processing document. Okay, that means like I said, if you want to type document, you want to process document, you want to edit document, Microsoft Word is the document, is the application that you need. And where did it found? It's found inside what is called the Office package, which is developed by the Microsoft Corporation. So now when it is installed on your computer, I have seen this that some people even face issue. Well, because if I just come here, I start opening Microsoft Word to start typing document, I believe that I'll still be like adding more of you into more difficult hard times, because you will not even understand what Microsoft Word is or Microsoft is all about. So now as we break down this tutorial, please just follow me, drop your comment and tell me where you are watching from and how you feel about this tutorial. How excited are you to be, or how disappointed are you to be? Let me put it up, because we don't just stand only for one direction, we are unidirectional. Okay, so should in case you also feel dissatisfaction with us, it is also your point of view. Okay, and we have nothing against you about that. So please, we really pray for your support. You can also support us by sending us super thanks or super sticker. We really take in and welcome it all. All right, so now let's move down to the main discussion. Now we are going to be looking at I believe that my positioning here is not going to block anything here. So now let's see how to launch Microsoft Word. As I said, Microsoft Word is found inside the Office suite. Okay, the Office package. Some people call it the Office suite or the Office package, call it whatsoever you want. Please, there are 3 ways that you can launch Microsoft Word, because the reason that I'm doing this is because some people, when they go for interview at the level of the maybe when you come to an office, you want to apply as a secretary, they'll say launch Microsoft Word. So a lot of people see fail at that particular level. Okay, and it is not like you don't have to fail. Yes, you can fail, because you come looking it here at the desktop to have it here at the desktop, and now once you don't have it, what did you do? Maybe you don't know what to do next, and it's like Microsoft Word is not in this computer, and that is just one of the things that makes you to fail. Now to launch Microsoft Word, just come to the start button. Okay, or you can press the window logo key on your keyboard. So when you just click on the window logo key or on the start button, it's going to take you where this is called the applications. Okay, so in some cases, like if you are using let's say you are using Windows 7, you will see something like all programs. Okay, then you just click on all programs. Now it will take you to all programs. Now you just have to scroll down. All right, you just have to scroll down. When you scroll down now to where you have the folder, okay, you'll be checking where you have the folder called the Microsoft. Okay, this Microsoft Office. Okay, this is the Microsoft Office tools. You will see the tools here, so you can see like Microsoft Office 2010, 2008. So when you click there, you are going just to move down. You are going to pick up and see your Office 2000 and maybe Office based on the window that you are having, the version that you are having. Sorry, you click it there, and when you take Microsoft Word, it is going to launch Microsoft Word. Another way to go is just to come on the start menu. Okay, on this the search bar. This is the search bar down here, or in some cases based on the version of your window, you click on the start button, then you see like search. Okay, inside the search we just enter the like word. Okay, just start typing the word. All right, so in some cases you can tell you that you would start typing ms, then you take space word. All right, then it is going to bring it up here, as you can see. So now when it comes up here, what you do is just that you are going to click on it and you are just going to double click on it. Okay, now the next thing is that you can also check on your desktop if maybe they've customized and send it at the level of the desktop. So you just come on the desktop now, then as you can see here that I'm having another version here on the desktop, I'm just going to click on it to open. So, or you can right click on it and you take open shit in case, but as an expert, just double click on it and everything is going to open. All right, so now this is what you are seeing here. This is the first thing that we are going to see here. All right, so this is Word 2016, like I said. And now the only difference that is happening is that starting from 2003, the Word 2003, the Word application 2016, see the latest one that we are having today, they are just bringing update which makes the work to be more little bit simplified. Okay, so now maybe from this tutorial somebody is going to get the reason why to go in for maybe to upgrade the Word that you are using and go for higher version. Now this is when you launch the Word 2016, it doesn't just come and take you to the blank start like any other Microsoft Word. So what are you going to see here is that it first comes with what they call templates. All right, it gives us what is called template. These are templates here. So when you scroll down here, you can see this template. What are now template? Okay, now templates are like just documents in which you can just pick. Okay, there are inbuilt documents that have somebody have already worked on it. They are prepared, they have been highly prepared and keep, so that you can just take any of these templates and you work on it. So should in case you just come here now, you can see there are good numbers of template here. Like the last one here that I'm having is what the party invitation. So should in case you want to make a party invitation and let's say you don't have any idea about how to make a party invitation, this is very simple. Just to come back and you just take here on party invitation and you just click on it to open. Now what are you going to do is that you just have to perform what is called the editing. Once you work with the editing and finish, that is all. Okay, you can also see like employment of the month awards. Like say you want to give somebody, you want to give you are an employer, you want to give your employees, okay, certificate of the month, colleague of the month, colleague of the year. You can just come here, you take on this one and you do the editing. So this is just how Microsoft is upgrading this 2016, is making everything so easy. Okay, now so you also come here to see we also have modern CV. This is like something like a modern CV template. Now you have your computer now, so you don't know how to build CV, you have never been built any CV before. This is going to help you. Okay, this you can pick on this template here, like you see here, to make a CV on your own without like going to pay somebody to make CV for you. So of course this is my business, I also make CV and people paid me, but I'm not stopping my business, because our issue is that if people learn and everybody in the world learn today and you still prove yourself to be best, you keep on ending and you keep on making so much money. Okay, so don't be scared that in case of teaching people are going like to learn and make it best while you are making less of it. No, it's not like that. Okay, so we also see even a calendar, you can make a calendar brochure. Now let's now take on a blank document. So this happened on versions as from 2016 upward. This is where you start having these templates. Okay, so now should in case now you understand all this one and you want like to make you know, to process, but my main concern is about to start with a blank document. Okay, please, this is very important here. As you move up to this particular juncture, there is something that you have to understand here, so long as this concept is concerned, because at this juncture here we are going to be breaking down everything. Like I also said, that don't be scared that maybe the version of Microsoft Word that you have is another different version. No, we are going to be breaking everything so that everybody can really understand it. Okay, we will break it down so that everybody can really understand it very well. Nobody is going to be left out on this live stream. Okay, so now looking at it now, so this is a 2016, like I said. The only thing that differs here is that you could come here in case that rather than to see as from 23 to 27 Microsoft Office replace something around this level. Okay, they replace something around this level, which let me just bring up something so that we can really see which I have it all, so without we can see it there. But it should, in case it's not there, I'm going to open on the browser to show you. Okay, I'm going to open any browser here to show you how it looks like. Okay, let's look at it here on this browser. On this browser here, I'm going to be opening a browser so that we can see what MS Word. Okay, I'll just put the MS Word 27. Okay, 27. So now I'll just open it so that we can just look how it looks like. Okay, so now okay, now let's come back here. Now we can now come back here to see some few things inside here. Okay, or let me open up this window. Alright, so it's okay to use this one to open it. I'm going to open this picture so that we can now see something there as we move down, because I believe that not everybody here has been so much vast with computer that you can really understand everything. Okay, now we look here. This is Office 2007, and this is what just the difference that is there. So now you come to see that it ends with this 27. Everything turns down to maybe 5. Now this is the Office button. Okay, this one is called here the Office button. This was called the Office button, but now coming back here to 27, you see that what is you are having here is called 5. Also in 2010, in 2010 you also see but 5 here. Okay, but you don't get confused with it. Everything that is this 5 offer, this Office button also offer but the same thing. So, and you got to see that the ribbons, or what they record, the ribbon tabs, everything here still remains the same. Okay, we are going to be seeing that everything still remains the same as in other applications. Okay, so that will be one of the core things that we are going to be looking at it. All right, so as we are working on Microsoft Word 2016 for all, please don't forget to drop your comment. Okay, drop your comment, tell us where you are watching us from and how you are feeling about this particular tutorial. I really receive to still plead with you that yes, we have a breakdown when we started with the first time. So but that is why we come back here, we come back so strongly to make sure that everything is okay. Okay, so here now we are going to be looking at certain things. Okay, so in what we call in the Microsoft Word, we were in 2016 that we are working on it, or the end of the above version. So we have the what is called the program frame, or this is just the program frame up here. So some may have this, some may not have it. It depends on how it has been set. Okay, now the next thing here is called the menu. All right, the menu tabs or the menu tabs. Okay, so now let's look at the menu tabs. Let's look at the menu tabs here. So these are the menu tabs. Okay, after the file here, which is the first thing that we are going to have, then starting from home to where you have the view, they are called the menu tabs. So up here is a title. Okay, is the title of the document. In case you have saved this document, you are going to see it here, that you are going to be seeing it here to see what is actually happening. Okay, you are going to be taken here to see what is actually happening, so you can understand the title of the document or the name of the document at this particular juncture, at this particular point here. You can really pick out the name that the document is running on, name of the document. So here starting from is the menu. So why did they call this the menu tabs? Okay, so the menu tabs here, because once you click on it, you discover that you get to a different menu. You click on it, you will get to a different menu. You click on it, you get to a different menu. Okay, so this menu just keep giving us different things and different things. So as they are all here, they also have the different uses as we move down here. All right, so now down the menu is what we call the ribbons. Okay, it's what we call the ribbons. So like you can see here. Okay, like we can see here, these are the ribbons. Okay, the ribbons here, everything that you see here down the menu is called the ribbons. Okay, so breaking here give us one ribbon, give us one ribbons. Okay, and these ribbons are now, we can also call it now, or now when you see this break, it is giving us a ribbon. A break here is giving us a ribbon. Okay, so now let me return back here to the processing, to the application. So this is the ribbon here, a ribbon is here, then another ribbon is here. Okay, so this is what we call them, the ribbons. This is what we call the ribbons, or the ribbon tabs. Okay, the ribbon tabs. Please let me make it again clear. Ribbons, that means that this is not a ribbon. Okay, this bow is not a ribbon, but here you have a ribbon, because if I click here in this place, what did I get? I get some extra informations inside. That is why it's called the ribbon. Okay, so this like the drop like drop list, and when you are navigating on website, this becomes like something like a drop list. That is why it's called ribbon. So these ribbons are further spreaded into group. And please, ribbons are not only found in the home, they are found around everywhere. They are found in every place, in every area here. So it's not just only on the home. So when you come here on the insert tab, you also have the table ribbon. Okay, you also have the table ribbon. You also have the we also see screenshot. You have the screenshot ribbon here and whatsoever. So we are going to be looking at it. And now we'll be looking at some of the advantages, how the Microsoft 2016 is more advantageous over some, because when it's something like this screenshot, it's not found in the lesser version. Okay, so even I just come here, I take this screenshot, it's going to picture out everything on this screen now and give to us without any issue. Okay, so you just be looking at that. So these are what is called the ribbons. We are seeing the ribbons and how the ribbons are. So when you click on any drop down here, the ribbons give you extra information of what you want. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to be looking at it here is that after the ribbons are further spreaded into what each ribbon is found inside a group. Okay, let me now just say that you have the font group. I will tell you, go to the home tab, go to the home menu tab, then under the paragraph group, look at this ribbon. Okay, look at this ribbon, look at this ribbon. So that is just what happened there. So as you can see here, we have the different groups now here. Like the first thing that we have here, we have the clipboard group. Okay, you have the font group, you have the paragraph group, you have the style group, you have all that other group. All right, so that is just some of the things that you have to know there. This is the same thing here: the clipboard group, the font group, the paragraph group, the style group, and the editing group. These are found under what? The home menu tab. Okay, so if I go to the insert menu tab, you have the first group here is called the break tabs. Okay, the break group, the table group, the illusion group, the art group, you can name it all right up to the symbol group. So this is just what is happening. And now coming down here, this area all down, you can get it down here, this white space where my cursor is blinking here is called, this is the working area. Okay, this is the working area. This is the area in which I can now issue commands, I can now make instructions here, I can now tell Microsoft that I can now carry out any command here based on anything that I want to do. Okay, so this one is called, this is the work area. As you can see, it's here well descripted. Okay, so this one is called the work area. So if you want to start making any action, this is where you need to come and start working. Okay, so after your work area, now from the work area, what next are we going to be looking? We also have, like, maybe if you right click menu. Okay, so if you right click, you can also get some other functions here. Now also you have now the last but not the least thing is the status menu. The status bar is just like the tax bar. Okay, down here in the computer we have the tax bar which shows us the applications that are currently running, but here it's called the status bar. This one around here is called the status bar. If you can see my cursor very well, so this is the status bar here. So on the status bar, it's telling us the status of this document. Like you can see around this juncture here in your left in your left side down, you have the page, how many pages that you have, the numbers of word that you have typed. For instance, it may ask you to write a project of not more than 2 pages, and not more than 4 pages, or not more than 5,000 word, or 10 or 100,000 word. Okay, so If you are writing the status bar here, it's going to be giving you the status, and you can be seeing the numbers of words that you have typed and the numbers of pages that you are working on. And the last but not the least thing there is that you can also come here on the status bar. You can also put your document also only in a read mode. Okay, this is the read mode. That means that at this junction somebody can only read. You cannot type anything here, you cannot do any editing. Okay, now you may also just click back on it to deactivate. Okay, now this is the editing, the print mode or the layout mode, and you can also put on the web view. Okay, like to be on the web view, but this is always put on the print mode. Now you also have the zoom here. Okay, for instance, if I say that if I just give something here like this document, okay, I just give something here like this document, so I'll just come here, I'll say this document. Okay, this document. Okay, now you look at it here, it looks so little. For those of you that have eyes issue, or you want your eyes, you feel that your eyes are being stressed to read on the screen, you can just come here, okay, to check on the zoom. Okay, you can increase on the zoom so that you can now see it bigger. Okay, so that your screen can be bigger. So also this is like another thing. I remember one time we went to solve a document program which somebody, a secretary, was working in the office, and this is how the Microsoft Office was coming. Alright, something like this nature. As per the secretary, he was stranded and called me like a technician. We have to come, and the other thing that we discovered there was that she regulated this zoom without knowing. Okay, so which like this, it can cause long sighted. So just come here. If you discover that your screen is going so little, just check on the zoom here. Okay, you can increase the zoom, but also be very careful to increase it so much as it can cause short-sightedness. Okay, so the standard here is 100, or maximum 125 should be the standard. Okay, for any normal person. Okay, for anything being normal, 125 should be the standard. Okay, should be the standard. All right, so now after all this that we have seen, we are going to start now with the first thing here, which is the file. All right, the file here is inside the file here we have a lot of things there. It's same like if you are using Microsoft Office 2007. Okay, 2007, this file is going to work. It's called the Office button, something I already mentioned here in the picture, and I show you how it looks like, how it was then. Let me switch to it so that we can have, so you are going to have something of this nature here. Okay, you are going to have something of this nature, which is the Office, which is still the same with the Office. The word is called a file. So if you come in and click here, it's still actually going to give you the same thing in which this file here is going to give. Okay, so inside here it gives us the information, which this information is mostly like display the recent document in which we are recently opened in this computer. You can also take down to have a new document. You can also click like you want to create a new document, right? Like you open this document, you can also just create another new document, so there is not going to be any for there. Let me say I want to create this metro report, this meteor report, so I will just take the template there, then I take create. Okay, it's not going to have anything to conflict with this one that is already running. So 2 Microsoft Word, 3 Microsoft Word, 5 Microsoft Word, 10 Microsoft Word can be running at the same time. So I just come here now, I have taken my template. What next is just to do the editing. Okay, it's just for me to take the editing and do the editing of what I want to do. So that is what happened inside file. If you take on new, okay, you can take also a new page, new blank document. Okay, so that is what happened, a new document. So on the keyboard shortcut to do this is you can also take Control N. It gives you actually the same thing. Okay, so after this one, this one, which is the next thing there is open. Please, if you are using 2007, you see all these things that I'm naming here under the Office button. Okay, so open, if you take on open, it gives you the possibility to navigate inside the different storage locations in which are in your computer. Maybe you have already prepared a particular document you save and you want to open it. Okay, so also around this junction, that is where you are going to get the recent documents that have been opened here. Okay, so you can also get from your cloud storage here. You can get from this PC. Maybe inside this PC is actually is going to take you to the location like the external storage drive. If I have a document in my USB flash, I can just come from here and I access it also. So the next thing in there is save. Okay, save, you know, is when you want to save the document. Okay, save here is when you want to save the document. So if I click here on save, okay, save perform the same way. The save and save as, these two options, they work the same. Okay, when you want to save a document for the first time, they have the same behavior. So if you type your project, you type anything like maybe a letter, a recommendation letter, a CV or whatsoever, remember save and save as, they will act as the same thing. They act as, they behave as the single thing when it is the first time of saving a document. Now what do I mean here? That means if I just like this document that we just open here, okay, this Meteor report that we add there, if I want to take save, if I click on save, it will give me the same thing like save as. Okay, now when you click on save, what happens is that you have to pick up the saving location. Most people always fail at this particular juncture. In case you are having 2007, you also see it at the left hand side here. Like you can see at the left hand side, it will give you the saving location, the different saving storage location for your computer where you can save. Mine by default, it is inside my storage, my cloud drive. Okay, my Microsoft cloud drive, which I can save this document there. If I save there, that means it go to the cloud. From cloud means I can access it everywhere around the world. The other thing is that I just need to add maybe sign in back to this account. Alright, so that is what happened at this junction here. So now after that, you just need to pick up your saving location. For instance, people are always advised to save inside your drive, but you can save anywhere. But the other issue here is make sure that you know where you are saving. Okay, so if I click on this PC, it's going to take me, and you see it brings me to this place like maybe document desktop. If you want to keep this document just on the desktop, okay, I will just come here. Now what I'm going to write here is that I'm going to make sure that it is on my desktop. Then I will just write this like what I'm just going to give it a file name like maybe July 18 meet you report. Okay, for geographers, you are going to know what I'm saying. If it was a CV, you can just put there maybe my manager, my supervisor CV. You give your name. Okay, like this is Cyro, I'll say Cyro supervisor CV. If it's a maybe letter of proposal, I'll apply letter of proposal of this, because at times when you send email to somebody with a letter, what people want to see here is mostly the title would prompt them either to open fast or to skip it. Okay, so always make sure that before you take save, don't just go and you click on the location and you save without giving it a name. First thing, always apply, give a name before you save your document. Okay, so if I said July 18 Meteor report, so in case I forward this document to anybody, the person already have the concept to know what from the title of the document, the person already know what it is. Okay, the same like this live stream that we are there. If I don't give you the title to be Microsoft Word 2016 for all, I just give it like live stream. This is like some people are going to pass because not everybody is interested to come and sit and watch this. Okay, so now what happened here is that I'm going just to take the next thing here is what if after giving it make sure that I pick up my location and give it a name. Then I'm going to click on save here. Okay, so now when I save it, look at what happened up here in the title bar. At the title bar, if you can follow with my mouse, you are going to see that my mouse is here and it is showing what July 18 Meteor report. Okay, Meteor report. So anybody, you can now see I've given it a name as very short and simple. Now this is when we are using save. Okay, you can also use this save. This is called the quick access toolbar. This one that we have up here is called the customize quick access toolbar, because you can customize it. Customize means that you can quickly change the options that are there. If you just click here, you can add more options as well as you can reduce some options. I'm not going to be talking more here today because we have a very long distance to go. Okay, please, I have to draw more on that particular saving procedure, because most people can type. It's not that you can't type, but when you type, the problem is now saving becomes a problem. You don't know how to save. Now when you save from there, if you have WhatsApp, you can go and send this document to your WhatsApp. You take to any place and print, or you forward to anybody. Like mostly our computers now have WhatsApp installed on it. Like you can look here on my taskbar, my WhatsApp is here and it is running. Okay, or should in case you can still use your USB external storage or your hard drive to collect it, or you can connect on your phone and pick it up there. All right, and pick it to your phone. Now the next thing that we have to do here is to come here to see save. After when I say save and save as behave as the same. Okay, now after save, let me just say we have done save. Now what is the use of save as? Save as is saving the same document, with the same name, in different location, or in a I said save as is saving the same document in the same location with a different name. You can give the same document. If I click save as now, you see it is still going to come, but if I click save, nothing it happened, it stands still. But if I take on save as, it's going still to take us where we can now start picking up another saving location. Now save as and save, they behave at the same time, but second time save as means saving the same document in a different location with the same name, or saving the same document in the same location with a different name. Because for instance, if I come here now, I take on this PC. Okay, let me say that I want to save on this PC, then I take on desktop here. You see here on desktop, if I want to save this same document with the same name, that means I haven't done anything. You return back here. But now when I come here now, that means if you return back to the desktop, let me just return back to the desktop and let's see something here. Okay, so now on the desktop here, what we have is the document here. We don't have any two of this document. Now if I return back here now, I take on save as. Okay, I take a save as here. Then now inside the save as, I'm going to like take save as, then I give it like I still take the same location, but I give it like I can change maybe to July 8 19. Okay, July 19. I'll change the name to July 19 forecast, meteo forecast. Okay, that means that we are forecasting what we are forecast that it will happen tomorrow. I'll just come here to put that. Then we'll take on forecast. Now I'm going to take save as. So now let's return back to our desktop and see. So you see these are the two documents here. Okay, these are the two documents here. I'm sorry, I'll have to cross on OBS Studio so that you can see. So you have one here, you have this one here which is for July 18 report, and one here which is for the forecast. Okay, so that is the difference between the save and the save as. Okay, let's move down now. Let's move down let's move it down. So now inside here also we have something like the print. You can now print it in case you have the printer. Okay, so now if you have a printer, actually at this particular junction here, you are going to be seeing you just have to come here and you pick the printer. So in case you find yourself in an organization which are dealing with a lot of printers, like 2 to 3 printers, always ask the printer name from the main person that is there before you now just take on the printer, and you make sure that you do your paper, your settings. Okay, recto verso. I'm not to teach you printing now, but you have to know what you are printing. Recto verso, 2 side, 1 side. Okay, like print, this is the first thing here. You see print 1 side, only print on 1 side of a page. Okay, both side, recto verso. Okay, print on both side and flip. So like flipping is like you should not balance, but always if you want recto verso, always use this one. Okay, especially on portrait. But this flipping means you are going to be using like something like a landscape. Okay, landscape. Now the next thing is to make sure that the orientation, landscape, portrait, make sure that you give it so we don't have to print and make errors. Okay, because when you go, let's say for something for interview, or even as a professional, you have to know the type of documents that you are sending out to people and how you have to print it, especially if you have to present in hardware or in hard copy. Okay, then also pick up the paper size that you are going to be using to do that. Now the next things here are like share, where you can connect online to share. You can share on email, and these are some of the options that are found but in the higher systems, okay, in the higher applications, like this 2007 that we are 2016 that we are using now. In others, these options are somehow a little bit lower there. So now this is just it. So I can now this is my account. I'm signed in. You can sign out, or you can learn about me and whatsoever. So this is just all that it happens at the level of the file. I'm sorry, I'm getting exhausted, but we are still starting the life, and the life is still very, very young. And please, we really call and solicit for you to drop your comment in the comment section and tell us how you are feeling about the life. Okay, so let's move down. As we are moving down this live stream today, we believe this is amazing. We are done with the first part of it, which is by teaching you how to maybe deal with the maybe the home, deal with the interface, which is the first thing there is like saving. Okay, the first thing there is that you have to know how to save document, which is my main key concern here. Okay, because if you don't know how to save a document, you are still like wasting a lot of time, and there are still a lot of things that you have to do there. So you have to know how to save document. That is the essential thing, because if you type, no matter how typing you can do, no matter how brilliant you can be, in case you can't save, that means that you are wasting time. Okay, so that is the first thing that you have to do. So let me invite some people. Okay, so now the next thing that we are going to be looking now is how to set up your document. Okay, how to set up your document, because how to set up this working space, because the fact here is not just about like to come and just start and you are typing. Now at the end of the day, you may still find yourself being disappointed. Okay, you may still find yourself in the realm of disappointment since you can't really do anything. So please, whensoever you want to start typing in a document, it's not just about to open Word and you like start putting in documents. You start typing, just come here on home, you click on home button, just click on this home tab. Okay, on the home tab, now what I'm going to do is that we have to see this is the first tab that is always set open. Okay, now we go now to the layout. Okay, on the layout now, it is where, or on the layout, please, in some cases you see the page set up. Okay, page set up on the layout. Now here at this page, because this was called like, let's return back to the image so that we can see. Okay, in 27 it was called the page layout. Please, in 27 it was called the page layout, which this page layout, this now in 2016 upward is now or in 2016 upward is now have now a breakdown, okay, into two. It is not still page layout as you think. You see design, you have something like design, and you have the layout. Okay, design and the layout, so it make it more simplified and very easy to understand. So first thing, go to this layout or go to your page layout. You make sure that you set the paper size that you are going to be using, which may be always the standard is A4. Okay, you can go to learn about different paper sizes. That should be your core concern. If you don't understand the different paper sizes, you can try to learn about that also. Now the next thing is the orientation in which you are working on. Are you working on landscape or portrait document? Because some people always have issues like you are typing a document that's supposed to be on landscape, but you are using portrait. At the end of the day, when you want to print, because some people are personal printers. Okay, your printing is coming but on portrait, then you keep trying. So make sure that you set your paper size to be your paper direction, the size and the orientation before you start. Okay, I can always advise you to allow your margins to be by default. All right, so the next thing that we have to do is to make sure that we come to the view. Please go to the view and make sure that you enable the rulers. Okay, the ruler. So this is going to tell you, this is going to help us to understand where our margins are starting and where our margins are ending. Always enable. If in case you discover that yours is not ending, come here to the view tab, then you go now under the show group. Okay, under the show group, now you make sure that you enable the ruler. Okay, so you enable the ruler. You can also even enable grip lines there in case you want to be doing something that require positioning like graph. Okay, you want to plot a graph, so you enable grip lines there so that you can really see what you are doing. So now when you are done with this, you are going to see that we have the ruler here. You have the top margin. Okay, you can see the top margin, so telling you that when you start typing, this is where you are going to start typing. You can adjust this top margin by taking it up a little bit. Okay, click here, you just pull it up a little bit so that you start typing right at the top there, as well as you can pull it down. Okay, you can pull it down so as to see it typing. So this is one of the things that people always face, and maybe you start typing on a document. Let me remove these grip lines. Okay, let me remove these grip lines. So when you start typing on a document, you see it is starting right down here, and you are like, what is happening? I need to start maybe somewhere right up here. But when you take your cursor here, you see that it doesn't go. So just check on the top margin. Okay, you check on the top margin, position the top margin to be where you want to start typing. Okay, now you have the, also here we have the what is called the first line margin. Okay, or the left margin. So the left margin also tells you where you need to start typing. In case this left line margin, it moves up to here, that is telling you that when you start typing, this is what is going to happen. You will start typing but around here like this. And also you have the right line margin. Okay, the right margin. So the right margin also tells you when you type is going to end. So if you type anything here, let's just put something here, you see that when it reach at this point, it breaks and go down. So it can still be a way to design a document, but always know that you have to position it where it should be. Okay, you can also customize it, so when you see customizing it is going. But please, as office somebody that have working on office and deal with official documents, always try to keep good margins. Okay, give good margins, because at times it requires somebody like to read the document, you have to hold it like this. So don't make a document that somebody doesn't have space like to hold it there to read. Okay, should in case, especially in case you have to present this document in a hard copy. All right, always make sure that you allow some margins like this so that I can grab it there like this and read without covering any word, so it also make it stress free. Okay, so this is just the first settings that you have to done here, that you have seen how to deal with your ruler. We have talked, look at the top margin ruler, the top margin, as well as also have the bottom margin. Okay, also have the bottom margin here. You can also come here, you try to deal with this bottom margin, like maybe taking it down to this level. You see that even that means you type until you reach here, but should in case you take it up here, that means that you type and end here. Okay, so but always try to keep some good margins for your work whensoever time that you are doing any work. Alright, so now let's return back here to the home. Okay, so this is, we have done the setup. Okay, we have done the setup here. Now this at this particular juncture, make sure that the next thing that you are going to do is that come in under the home tab, the home menu tab. You go to the font group here. Okay, this is the font group, this is the font group here. Then we are going to make sure that we set the font that we are working on it, because it's sometimes it will not really look good when you start typing a document and at the end of the day it's like it is having like 20 type of font. Okay, so set the font, like if in case you are making a project, you are typing a project, always just set a font that you are going to be using it. Okay, so now if I want to use the font, like the standard font that is used to type a document is the Times New Roman. Okay, Times New Roman, I give it Times New Roman. Also the font size, although we may come to be working like to see how to reduce some font size and to increase some, but let's make sure that our font size, we set also the font size in which we are using. Okay, depending on you, just make sure that you set all these things before you start typing in a document. Now let's look at this part. Let's come here. I'll have to take up this one. All right, now we are going now to look here. Let's now look at this. Also, when you come here, after you set up the font, under the font group, set the font type and also the font size. Okay, please don't forget to always do that before you start typing in a document. This is like setting up, preparing yourself, like I want to do something. Okay, you are preparing yourself that I want to do something, so always make sure that you do these things before anything. Okay, always make sure that you do all this setup, because actually it's very necessary. It's very necessary for you to do it. Okay, now after when you have done with it, maybe you have given your Times New Roman, then the font size to be 12. The next thing that you are going to come here is under the paragraph group. Okay, this is a paragraph group, or make sure that in the paragraph group you use the alignment in which is going to be necessary. So should, in case let's say the document is need to be like just left alignment, when you take here on left alignment, that means that it start from the left going to the right. Okay, so that means you start typing from the left going to the right. If you now take on the center alignment, that means that whatsoever that you type, you should start typing from the center. So if I take a center alignment, I say here hello. If I take here hello world, okay, hello world. So you see everything is starting at the center. But now if I come here, I take on the left on the right alignment. Okay, that means that it should start typing the like Arabic way of writing. Okay, so if I also take here hello world, this is what I'm going to have here. It's going to start typing from this way. Okay, even I take enter, I can say welcome. If I take something like welcome to okay, to this lesson. Okay, welcome to this lesson. So you are going to be seeing that everything is it will start like coming from this way here. Okay, so please, that is one of the things that we have to know about the alignments. And now we have another one which is called the justify alignment. The justify means that it should come like a block. Like when you look at it, it should come like a block. So if I have this justify alignment, then I have to have some text. I have some text like this. So this is how justify alignment is going to work. You see, everything is justified from left and right. Okay, block here and block here. Nothing like going stopping this way and stopping this other way. All right, so if I take like this is how you can look at the right alignment, how the right alignment look like. If I take center, this is how center will look like. If I take right, this is how it goes like. Okay, now if you take justify, that is how justify will look like. Okay, now that is one of the things that we have to also take into consideration when you are preparing yourself to start typing in a document. All right, so now when we come here, also one of the last but not the least thing that you have to do also is to make sure that you look on the line, like you look on the, maybe I'll clear this text, although we are still going to come back to it again. I'll clear this text, but I will just have to give maybe my justify alignment. Now I give the line, the coming here, this is still under the paragraph group. You have what is called the line and paragraph spacing, So now I need to come here, I check, should I have spacing after paragraph? Okay, so if I need to have spacing after paragraph, I just come here, I take what, at, okay, at spacing after paragraph, so that when I'm typing after every paragraph, when I hit my enter key, I'm going to have a paragraph. Okay, for instance, if I use this, just say hello world. Okay, hello world. So then I hit the enter, you see automatically it create a paragraph there. Okay, because after it that I need a paragraph after spacing. Now we can also come back here, then we also give our spacing to be what, 1.5. okay, if they tell you use a spacing of 1.5. so if I still come here, then we say that welcome to impact fields. Okay, welcome to impact fields 1. So let's now look at it. You see, that is hopefully, let's just hopefully you are doing well. You all are doing well. Okay, so that is one of the things that is happening there. You see, it's giving a spacing of 1.5. So now even you come here, you select all these two texts, you come here now, you look at it, 1.5 is given. So if I take it up or to be 1.0, that is what is going to happen. So these are some of the things that you have just to know when you are doing the setup. And now always just allow this one to be on the normal heading. Okay, I believe that we will also going to have a tutorial where we'll be talking about how to navigate around these headings and the rest of the things. That is advanced Microsoft Word, but today I'm covering all the basics. Okay, thank you for watching us up to this level. If you are here, we want to see your participation. We want to really understand how you are thinking about this tutorial, or what's your thoughts, your ideas about how are you feeling about this tutorial today. Should in case that is giving you some joy, also share with us and tell us how you are thinking about it, how you are feeling about it, how it is being beneficiary to you as we move down this stream. Okay, we are really believe that everybody here, you are enjoying this live stream, and it is giving you all the necessary verbs that you can imagine when it comes to computing or come to Microsoft application. Okay, come to Microsoft application, because we have break down mostly the first main essential key things that you have to know when it comes to Microsoft Word. Okay, we have break down the first key things there, so we're seeing how we can do the setup. So you can tell us in the chat, come to the chat area, tell us what you are thinking. All right, tell us how you are looking at the life, what you want to understand as we move down. Okay, as we move down, so you can also, you are open, the chat area is open. Okay, so tell us what you think, okay. Okay, so that we can understand. Okay, Lady Collins, you are highly welcome. Hi, we really appreciate and welcome you here to this live stream. So as we are moving down, we are already in Microsoft Word. We are working on Microsoft Word. So we have like taking a little break now to attend to the chat. Okay, we are here to attend to the chat. So should in case you have any question, don't forget, just come here to drop. Okay, put your question here. We are going to attend to your question. So we believe that you are doing well also as we move down to continue to break down on Microsoft Word, because our target is to make sure that everybody here, which is like going to be us, everybody must understand it and use it in the rightful way, so that you don't go and find yourself somewhere having any issues. But this live stream is recorded and is going to replay back. Okay, so should in case you are watching it and you are watching it up to this level, just know that you were not together with us on the live, just know that you are watching the rebroadcast. Okay, but this is live now, but after we are going to put it back as a rebroadcast, so that anybody that missed can understand. Okay, that's in, you are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. So let's move down. As we move down now to see how we can continue with the editing. Okay, we can continue with the editing of the Microsoft Word to make sure that everybody is picking up very well. So we just have to come here now to check to see that our people are doing well. All right, to make sure that nobody should have come down to our box and we are not there to respond to the person. Okay, it will look somehow because the technicians are very busy also to put everything together to make sure that everything is going well. All right, so we return back to our normal page. We have looked at the page setup and everything is okay. Please don't forget to also hit the like button. Also, like you can also hit the like button to like the live. Also, you can also send us a sticker. This is one of the best way to also encourage the live to go stronger. Okay, So we can also encourage the life to go stronger. So we okay, so tell us what important things you have learned so far. Okay, what one of the main important things that you have learned so far, so long as this live stream is concerned. Okay. Alright, so this is one of we just want to hear from you. You just tell us, okay, just tell us what you have learned and how it looks like, okay, and how it looks like, and what you are feeling, and what you want me to really explain in case you haven't understand anything, okay. In case you haven't understand anything, or we are going to be making sure that we recover it back, okay, we recover it and make it work. All right, now we are going to back to home. We are finished with the page setup. Okay, now Microsoft Word is very good. Microsoft Word is a very good application, but now the problem here is that in case you don't understand it very well, you are going to have very big problems in typing. So working in Microsoft Word, it have the steps. The first step, okay, the first step that we are going to be looking at, okay, is steps in Word document, in processing a Word document. Okay, steps in processing a Word document. Okay, please, this is very serious, that is why I want to put it down. Okay, so this is our heading. So the first thing that we are going to be seeing is step number 1 is you have to do what is called typing. Okay, typing. The second step is what is called when you type, the first thing is now saving. Okay, you have to do saving. Okay, the next thing is now what? Editing. Then the next thing is what? Formatting. The last but not the least there is what? Printing, is what we call the printing. Okay, printing or sharing, or call that, because now we have a lot of things happening there. Some people just type and share, printing or printing, or or use and on and sharing. Okay, so these are the stages in which Microsoft Word is evolved. Alright, so I'm going to increase the font here, and so that everybody can see it very well. Okay, so I believe the font is too. I need also to increase on my zoom on my screen so that we can really see it very well. These are the stages that you have to follow in case you want to do anything like word processing. If you want to learn, if you are learning Microsoft Word from me or from Impact Fields today, you must be ready to go through all these stages. Okay, the first step is what I call it the typing step. Typing step means that what if you want like to prepare, let's say, a project, you want to prepare a resume. The first thing that happens is that you have to make sure that you prepare the document. Okay, type the document, just type the document, and after typing whatsoever thing that happened, that is why you see I first started by teaching you how to do saving and the rest of the things, because if you don't know how to save, it is a big problem. Just type it the way that you have, the way that you see, the way that it comes. Okay, for instance, let me say that I have a document like I'm having a document like this one. All right, I give you something like this to prepare it. Okay, I give you something like this to prepare it, or like this to prepare it. Now the first thing that you see is that many people have the concept that once you see it as it comes like this, that means that as you open your Microsoft Word, you just have to start typing it the same like this. Okay, you can see it. So a lot of people think that this is just the same thing that you need to have to do. No, that is not actually the thing that you just have to start doing. What you need to do is just that key in this information on this paper. Okay, on this paper like you are seeing, or on the ideas, the data in your head. Just type it the way that it is, although you have a particular way that you want it to be presented. Okay, maybe you want it to be like presented in this particular format, like what we are having here, like in this meteor report, that the template that we took. Okay, so now let me scroll down to the next page here, the next page, which is having some information there. So let's see. So when you look at this information here, this person did not, the designer of this template did not type this title heading and adjust it to put here subtitle and type all these things like this at one at a time. All right, so what you have to do here is just that you just come here, just type this title, type it like that. Don't even bother yourself about like putting it here or whatsoever, the color, the text, the heading, the font size, the font type, or whatsoever. Just type it the way that you are seeing it here. So that is why I said that the first thing that you have to do is what? Typing. After typing, the next thing that you have to do is what? Save it. When you type, just save it. Why did you have to save it? In some scenarios, like light, when you are environment in which light is not stable, or you can lose, you are scared, you maybe just step out. For instance, let me say that I'm working here. This is a document that I'm typing. I just have to move out. Maybe I have a little child or somebody which is not an IT expert around. The person just come and see this open like this, and the person is having interest of watching movie. What happened? The person can just come here to take close, okay, and close this document. I'm going to lose everything that maybe I spent over hours working on it. So after typing, just take save. And if you are using something like a desktop, especially if you don't have external backup drive, or in case you are around a computer that is not your personal computer, or even your personal computer but you are within people, after typing any line of words or any paragraph, always make sure that you take save. Okay, after when you type and finish and you save, the next thing is now what is called editing. Okay, now editing is now like what? Okay, editing now is like, let me just come here to like have some text here. Let me just say that I have typed like I will just type something like this. Yeah, like maybe I want to say hello world. Okay, we are going to start learning Microsoft Word in the way it boosts up everything. Okay, everything. So this is my document. I have typed everything. The first thing that I have to do is just to type everything the way that I perceive that it have to be. Okay, now editing now comes in Word. Like looking for grammatical error, editing now means looking for grammatical errors, typing grammatical errors and spelling errors. That is what editing is all about. So when doing typing, if you think that if you make one error you have to stop and correct it, you make one error you have to stop and correct it, at the end of the day you are not going to do anything. So if I give you a document like this one that I gave, so when you are typing and you discover that you are making some typing error, you just have like to go, especially if you are fighting for accuracy and speed. That is why some applications such as Mavis Beacon, which is like a typing an application which is used for typing, to learn typing. In case you are using something like Mavis Beacon and you are typing and errors, you stop to correct, you always see they will always score you a very low accuracy. Okay, so now if you just make sure that after typing everything now, then you can now come back to fetch for errors. Now errors, how did you do the editing, how did you identify the editing? Now we have the blue or the green line. Okay, the blue or the green line always signify what? Grammatical error. Why the red, the blue, I said the blue or the green line, okay, because in 2007 you may see the green line there. So this is signifying us that there is a grammatical error. But now the red line, as you are seeing, they are meaning what? They mean something like spelling errors. Okay, but I also try to put something here like my name. Okay, let me just put my name here. Okay, so you see, now let's look at this. These are spelling errors, meaning that what? You have made some wrong spelling, but not all can be wrong spelling. Okay, not all can be wrong spelling. For example, your name may be underlined red, but doesn't mean that you have spelled your name wrongly. Okay, name of places can also be underlined wrong. For example, if I input the name of my hometown, like my hometown, like if I input like Cameroon, if I just go and put a place like Alo, okay, because I come from Alo, the southwest division of Cameroon. So let me put something like the Bielen. Okay, the Bielen. You see, this is going to underline this Liberian, but doesn't mean that I spell it wrongly. It's just because it is not a computer word. Okay, this is not in a computer library. So okay, now how did you correct this? Just come, you right click on it. For the spelling errors, when you right click on it, it always suggests to you the best spellings. Okay, the best spelling. But in case it is that you just note some letters that are missing, you can also just add that. Just right click on it, you take it. Okay, so I right click on this one. You see, it's even giving a lot of what there. Maybe it is like for computer is trying to reason. Maybe I was about to spell wolf, wall, wool, work, words. Okay, so I'll take the right one that I wanted to spell. Okay, now you see that this one turns a whole to a full green line, telling us there is a grammatical error. And now when you look at the grammatical error here, this is where it's coming from. Okay, look at the distance, the space between my comma and my the word here. So this comma have to come closer. Now if I right click on it again, you see it will bring the correction. So I'm going to take here, and this line is going to disappear. So this is the thing that you have to do after typing. You have to come back here. So this one I have to put, I need to complete it by myself because the computer has not even identified what I was trying to talk. Okay, so it is micros, okay, not micro, which was supposed to be micro. Okay, so now if I right click on it, it's going to give me the answer now. So the Microsoft, okay, Word. So now you also have something here like the boost, but I just put both. Okay, so we have everything. Okay, everything. So we also see why the letter Y is missing here. So we have to right click and we take on everything. So now we also have my name. There is no problem with my name. Okay, there is no problem with my name. So this is what the computer is trying to suggest about my name, but that is not my name. I will just make sure that I put it and allowed it like that, in case it keep on to maybe to remind me that it is something wrongly spelled. I will just tell it to allow it like that. Okay, or I can add to dictionary. If I want my computer to keep remembering my name every time, I can now take add to dictionary. Okay, now after all this format, this is now the editing. Okay, now let's look at the formatting part of it. Okay, we have looked at the typing, we have looked at the typing stage, we have looked at the typing, the saving, and the editing. Okay, so now let's get them off the board, and we are left with two things here. Formatting. Okay, formatting, this is one of the things that people have to really talk about here. Formatting now is where we are talking about maybe when we are talking about the formatting here, we're talking about the font size, the font type, the font color, which is like the basic formatting in which everybody must know. Okay, these are the basic formatting that everybody must know. And the font size, the font type, the color, the color, the positioning, or the alignment. Okay, these are some of the things that we have to be talking also here. So on the formatting case also, like we can now be looking at maybe replacement of word that are missing, wrong words. We can be looking on how we need to maintain some wrong words or to change some words that are wrong, and see how we can now maintain it to be really okay. So now on this one, now the formatting, I'll talk about the basic formatting. So I'll just put it here. Okay, I'll have to do some basic formatting. So the basic formatting include what we have now. We have something like the font. Okay, the font, the font size and the type. Okay, font size and the type. You have the underline, the bold, upscript, subscript, we have the upscript, we have the subscript, we have the strike, okay, strike through. We have something like maybe the font color, we have the alignment, So these are some of the basic that we need to know about formatting. Okay, so like I said, it is not just that when you start typing everything and you just want to take it all at once, you type one line and you make it down. Now I'm going to get this text. Okay, I'm going to get this text. I just have to get some quick text here so that we have to do some quick editing. All right, so that we can do some quick editing. So I just gotta bring this down. I just get to bring this down to our normal font size, which is like the 12. So I'm just going to get this quick text here. Okay, so that we can now start looking at the work. So I'm also going to shrink this one also. I'll shrink this one as well. Okay, oh sorry, I was inserting clearly. Okay, so let me shrink it down so that we can now start seeing formatting. Okay, so please, we are talking about formatting here. This is the area where we are talking about now. Okay, now I'll come here. Let me insert some quick text here. So this is like I'll just get my quick text. Okay, so remember, these are the things that we are going to be talking about here. Okay, so now we have we have to work on the font size, we work on the type, we work on the alignment, we work on the bold, we work on the upscript, the subscript, and we have the strike through, the font color, and the alignment. Okay, so now this can be like my heading. Okay, this can be my heading. The heading here is what we call the formatting. Okay, formatting of text in Microsoft Word. Okay, formatting of text in Microsoft Word. All right, 2016. So I'm going to just correct this one after typing. Okay, now let's start the formatting. This is the heading that I'm going to be using. Let me change this one so that this color shouldn't be the same. Okay, or we should have something of this nature, or it can be here. So I get this one to be here. Okay, I get it to be there. So now this is the heading that I'm working on. All these things, they are having the same font. Okay, they are having the same font. So how did I go about? Now if I need now to start a formatting, I need now to come here. Maybe this is my heading. Please remember, after you must have first type everything until you are done. I'll come here, I'll select it. Maybe I want it to have a different heading. Okay, the heading should have a different font type. I'll select that particular line. I'll just select it. Now I'll now come to it. Maybe I have something like there's a particular font that I want to give it, like the old English text. Okay, the old English text. I'll just type the on this font area. Okay, it's going to bring me that. Or so in case you can still scroll down and you can look on the one that you want to use. If I want to use like the Forte, I'll just type Forte. Okay, these are some of the fonts that we usually use very well when we're still in school and we are learning practical. But I want just to use the O English text. Okay, the O English text. So this is it. So now this is the formatting. I'll give you the format. Okay, I'm formatting this text. Now maybe I also need to work on the color, not to be red but something like a dark blue. Okay, like a dark blue. So now also, sorry, let me first finish inside here. Let me first finish with the first side before we can return back. So let me keep it on the normal color that it was first having, which is the black color. Okay, our normal color that was first there. So auto black. Okay, it should be on auto. It is on auto black. Okay, now we need to first select it. Please remember, you must select the point that you want to format before you go there. Now after that, I can now increase the font also. Okay, so now here we have these two options here, which is to increase the font. If you are clicking here, it is increasing the font. Okay, on the first one you see, which is like big A, this is to increase the font, as well as this one is to reduce the font. Okay, you can also reduce the font to any level in which you want it to be. Okay, so this happen also. You see, I can shrink the font and I can glue. Okay, we call it the gluing and shrinking of the font. Okay, this is the heading. I want to keep this heading at 18, so I give it like that. So the next one that we have here is what is called, this is how to bold. Okay, you click here, you bold it. Okay, you can bold it. So if I click bold, you see the option is now, the bold option is now highlighted. Okay, now if I increase my zoom a little bit so that you can see it. Okay, now look at here, the bold is highlighted. If I take italize, you see it is going to go fall on italize. And now inside the underline, I have what is this is the underline, but we have the ribbon here. Okay, the drop down menu. So if I click on this drop down, it is going to give me the possibility to switch my underlining style. I can be hoping to use any of this underlining. Okay, now you can see more. Under more, I can choose my underlining line style, the line color that I want to use. For instance, I want to use something like the blue, like the green. Okay, I want to use like this green, the dark green. Okay, or I can use this light green, the light green color. So that is just the color. Okay, that is just about the color there. So if I choose any color, the color here to be red, so to be the light blue, sorry, then I can now return back here under this drop down again. I am going to choose now, maybe pick a color to be a double line or single line tick. Okay, so that is just what it happens there with this formatting. Okay, this is what happens there. And maybe now we have seen how to increase the font size, the font type, and the thing. And maybe this heading have to go to maybe center alignment. I click here, it goes to center alignment, and you see when I click, it is not affecting any of this text down here in any way. So like this is just the thing that I was mentioning when it comes regard to this document here. Okay, regard to this document, so you understand that the person that prepared this template, he first typed in everything before. After now, he now step at taking this one and editing it separately from this one. Take this one, edit it separate from this one, and take this one also and edit it so separately from this one. Okay, so these are some of the things that you have just to understand here when it comes to this application. Okay, so I believe that we are really doing so far, we are really doing so great, and you are understanding it in a very great way, in a very special way, as we move down the rim. Okay, as we move down the rim of Microsoft Word, and give us the possibility to really learn so much. So should in case we still say, should in case you haven't understand anything, or there is something that you want us to explain, this is just like a temporal break to listen to our viewers which are seeing this live, so that you can tell us what in the comment, in the chat, in the live box. Just drop your opinion, okay? Drop your opinion and tell us what you want that, or what we have not said about that you really intend that we should say something about it. Because like we said, this life is not just for one person. It's not about Impact Fuse alone. It's about the entire community. It's about you that you are watching us. It's about everybody that is on this live stream, that you are picking this live stream, irrespective of your region in which you are watching us there. Okay, so now we are under this formatting now. I also like to make you to understand that one thing that is very simple here, that it's not going just to be the issue of maybe it's not just going to be the issue of you being here, but also you understanding what we are doing here, okay? Or you understanding what we are trying to put here. Because if you doesn't understand, it's like we are just here wasting their time and making things to be more difficult for people. So also now, let's say that you have copied something from let's say from AI, okay? Let's say that you are working and you are somebody that you have generated your text, or maybe your ideas, the inputs that you have to give on AI, okay? You have generated your ideas on AI. Then now is the time you are struggling to say that maybe you can now put these ideas into real existing. You want to put it into things that it can really work so well for you, okay? You want to put it in such a way that people can really follow you up now, or somebody can really read and understand it very well. So what are you going to be doing is what is called the editing. Because if you just copy it and you bring back like this without by doing anything, that means that actually you are not really going to put anything seriously out for people, okay? So now at that particular level, you have already just keep the typing level, and now the next thing is just to save. Now we are on the editing part, which should, in case we have checked our box, there is no main damage, there is no main problem for now. So we are going to keep on moving down the stream, okay? We keep on moving the streaming, and we really appreciate and thank you all who you are following us on this live stream. This is one of the things that make us to be happy to know that people are together with us as we are streaming and making it a great impact together with you. We'll impact together with Impact Fuse. It's not just about the fact of impacting ourselves, but impacting our entire community. Okay, so now let's move down. So after this one, we have understand how we can now do the formatting here. So the next thing that we are going to be looking when it comes to formatting also is that we need to know that we can do group formatting, okay? We can do a group formatting. For example, if I want to format all this document, I will just take Control A, okay? If I take Control A, everything is going to be highlighted. Then now, in case I want to apply any formatting, that means that anything that I'm going to apply is going to affect the entire of this document. As you can see here, if I just come here to change the color here, this color that I'm going to change is going to apply to everything that is on this document, okay? So if I change the alignment is going to affect everybody. If I give it justify, it's going to be everybody is going to be justified. But now, in case you want to work on a single line, all right, you are working on a single line, always come to make sure that you touch singly, you select singly, you single and work on it, okay? Just take a single and you work on it. So now I can also take on this particular line of lines here, which I just decide to work all on it. Then I return back my color to the black that it was there, okay? So now we also just like to put this work on its own font, which is somehow a little bit darker, yeah. So or I can use another color here which will give me more jewelry. All right, please let's move down. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to be looking at it here is that we also have something like the highlights, okay? The highlight. So we are still under the font group that we have all that, okay? You have the font group, like now I can have something like highlight. So I can need to highlight, maybe this is where I need to highlight this is like mentioning of importance, okay, importance. So you just come here, you see this is highlight, you have the different highlights here, the different highlights. So if I pick there, if I just pick there, you are going to see that this is highlighted, okay. So should, in case you don't want to highlight it again, just come again, you select it and you return back on this highlight and you take none, okay, you take none, you see it's going to disappear. So should, in case if you want to understand the also do the same here, you just come here on bold, on italize, and also if I change the font text, the font color and the font size, everything here is going to disappear. All right, so now let's look at the next thing there, which is like the next thing that we are going to look in here. Okay, please, another thing is we are not going to be touching this one for now, but you have just to know that this is what is called what art, like what art, which we are going to still be looking at what art in a separate dimension, okay, and in a separate dimension where we're talking about what art. All right, so I'm going to be checking on Microsoft Word as a pattern now to when maybe I'm like going to make it a very big there, like to where somebody can really take Microsoft Word and break it to two pieces before I'm like going to give some space and move on with other things. But as for now, we are going to be working on Microsoft. Okay, now the next thing that we need to be looking here is that we need to look at maybe superscript, the subscript, okay, the subscript and the subscript and the superscript, okay. We have the super and the sub. Okay, please, this is super means you give it up, while subscript means that you give it down, okay. So we have looked at the bold, we have looked at the font size here, we have looked at the type, the font size and the font type, underlining the bold. Now let's look at the subscript and the upper script. Okay, so this happens that I have something like, maybe I want to have something like first, okay, I have something like first. So now I'll take undo because I want us to make it, and we have something like the second, okay, like 10, let me say 10. I have something like 10, I want to put like 10 base 5, okay. I'll just write 105. Now let's see what to do here. Oh, let me come here, let me not even use the cases of date here, okay. Let me just, because in most cases it automatically take it up, like you see what happened. So I want to have like 10 raised to the power 5 and 10 base 5. So now to give superscript, just select the maybe this is it after typing, okay. Just select the space, just select the number in which you want to give it the superscript. Then you just come here, okay, under your font group, under the home tab, please, under the home tab in the font group, you have here the superscript. So if I click the superscript, you see it rises this one up. So the reason why I said that type the document before you start doing formatting, because should, in case we give you this formatting and you continue typing, you see everything is going to remain at the superscript, okay. Now if you want to give you the subscript here 10 base, now this is like 10 base 5, I just give it here and it goes down to the base, okay. Then I can also even edit this number separately. So this is one of the things that you have to do, how to deal with superscript and upper script, okay. So now after that, we may also like in some cases now, like this formatting can also help you to really do like marking. Should, in case you are a teacher and you want to mark your students script on maybe, or let's say on a digital format, okay, you don't want like to go and download and start using your red pen, your blue pen to touch and touch here and touch here. So you can also do this, okay, use particular color and pick out, like this is like project editing, okay, like you're a teacher, a coordinator, you want to coordinate project, somebody send project to you and you want like to point out that this is wrong, this is wrong. You may use this bold, you may use italicizing, you may use the particular font, the font type and the font color, maybe to adjust everything there and make sure that everything is well sorted out. Okay, now when you are done with this, so the next thing that you need to also know about formatting here is that we have talked about the font, the subscript and the superscript. Now you may also use strike. For example, you have said something, you have write a project and sent to me, then I look, this particular line is having a problem, okay, I can come and take on strike. Okay, strike is telling you that what, remove all this. So I can put on strike, then I put it on red. Okay, this is telling me that this area is wrong, and I really want to make you to understand that you have to remove all this. Okay, I really want to make you to understand that this has to be removed. So that is where you can now use the strike. Okay, we have already looked at the the alignment. You can give justification, you can give justification, you can give maybe center, you can give whatsoever, so depending on how you want your things to flow. So this is like the most essential and the most basic thing that you have to know when it comes to Microsoft Word for everybody. All right, so this is like we are like at least 10% starting done with Microsoft Word. Okay, we are like 10% covering on what Microsoft Word needs to be about. I just keep on returning back here to the box to check to make sure that everybody, maybe if you are watching and maybe you have dropped anything in the live chat, let me be here to see and know that okay, people are there following and everything is going well. Okay, so we are just coming back. Okay, we return back to Microsoft Word again and we continue. So after, when we have understand about formatting, it goes a lot with everything, but this is what is called the basic formatting, because in more higher classes we'll be giving you more higher formatting and talk more about the formatting that you have to know. Okay, so in this particular case now, we are going now to see printing. We'll talk about printing and sharing. Okay, so after this, make sure that you save again. It doesn't mean that after you don't have to save, just make sure that second you save and last you, after printing, you have to still save again as to keep that format. Okay, as to keep that particular format. So that is all about this particular session, but not about the entire life. We are going to move down to something new again, which is still inside Microsoft Word. Okay, impactors. Okay, my viewers and followers and subscribers on Impact Fields, or the members of Impact Fields that you have been joining us today in this live stream. We have already talked about the introduction to Microsoft Word, where you have learned so lots of things so long as the start of Microsoft Word is concerned. You have really pictured out one or two things there to really see what is happening in the realm of Microsoft Word, and we really hope that you are picking up very, very well as we are moving down to start something new again, as long as Microsoft Word is concerned. Okay, as long as Microsoft Word is concerned, we are going to be still moving down a lot to make a lot of things to be out. Okay, so please, if you are just joining us or you are watching this is Impact Fields, and we are live to talk about Microsoft Word. We are working on not just talking, but we are working on Microsoft Word. Okay, let's move down to the next chapter so long as this Microsoft Word is concerned. Okay, now let's launch back Microsoft Word. We are going to be taking on something new now. After, remember, I will not still be explaining anything here, because I believe that you have understand how to maybe do your page setup and everything. You can now set up, you can now do saving and any other thing. So there is no still any main challenge here as we are moving. Okay, there is nobody here to still have any challenge again. Should, in case you are just joining us now, you can still return back to start the live after this the live stream. Now you can still return back to start it from the fresh point, where you can really learn one or two. You can really picture out things there by yourself, or and should, in case you have any question, just come under this live the rebroadcast, and you can drop your comment there. We are going to pick up your comment and we'll talk back to you based on what you have asked us. Okay, So now the next thing that we are going to be doing is to see how to do numbering. Okay, like numbering of the when you write things, like you have to put like number 1 this, number 2 this. Okay, let me just say that we have a list of things to do. Like I will just come to say that we have something like we have the table, we have chairs, we have the closet, we have like plates, we have some spoons, we have something like the chat list. Okay, chat list, what to do list. Okay, let's say that you have all this, and now you have to put it into maybe let's say from here I'll from up here from the table I'll put like in the dining, I'll just put like dining. Okay, dining area. We'll have the topic there to be the dining area. Then maybe we'll have something like inside here. I'll have to break it. Okay, I'll put the storage or store area. I'll put here others. Okay, please, this is how you need just first do. Typing is the first thing. Now let's see how we can now do numbering, and we can format this into numbers. Okay, maybe the first thing now is that I need to give this one maybe bold. Okay, I have to bold it. Maybe I bold it and I underline it. Okay, now should in case all the headings that I'm going to use here are going to take the same format, I'll just come here under the clipboard group. I click on the format pane. Okay, the format pane. So anything that is going to take that same format, I just go and highlight with it. I just highlight with it so that it take that same format. Okay, now after that I am done. I don't still need it again. I can press my escape key to drop the format pane. Okay, now I want to put these ones on numbers, so I just select it, call it these ones. Now I'll come here. I'll first come here. This is under the paragraph group. The first thing is here you can have the bulletin. If you want to put on bullets, this is what the bulletin is all about. Okay, so you can, it's all this is found under the home. Okay, it's found under the home, so you can give it some bullet point. Okay, you can put it on bullet point here. As you can see, I give it on bullet point. Now when you give it on this, you see that it's going to come up with something like the left and the right indent, the first indent and the left indent. Okay, the left indent and the first indent. So you can now use this indent to position it, and you can see I take it back to this position. Okay, so that it should follow also the margin. So that is how it is now. You still see that they are there. I'll place my cursor here and I'll create a tab. Okay, I'll create something like a tab, then I'm going to bring it here. So that is how it happens there. So the second thing is that if I want to use by numbers here, I'll come here. Okay, still under the paragraph group, I'm going to take numbers. Okay, which will be 1 2 3 ABC, and you may have Romance numeral. Okay, so I can take any one that I want to use, so I prefer to go with this. So you still see that we have the issue to deal here with the indent. Okay, so you can still position it, and that is just how you can now do numbering. Okay, all right, so that is all about numbering. You can see how you can now number and use different numbers set inside the same area. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to see here is how to set indent. Okay, how to set and work with indent. How to set and work with indent. Okay, with indent tabs. Okay, this is something that is very necessary. I'll just come here off this tool so that it doesn't come again. Let's say that we have to start typing something like let's say we have like question to set for an exam. Okay, let me say section A. This is very good for teachers. Okay, this one teachers are going to enjoy this particular part of it. So section A, let's come here. We want to like start typing like okay, I'll just type 1, then I'll put full stop so that it start auto numbering. Okay, it gives us auto numbering, but I have to take this one back a little bit to start here. So that I'll say, for instance, I'll just have to say name. And my problem is that I have to, maybe some people will come when you say names. Okay, names is names, not name. So I'll put here like this, then I'll have to give full stop until you reach here. Some people are thinking of how you have to be doing all this. Okay, and now come to imagine of it that you have like 20 things to type. So how did you go about this? This is something that most people always found it also so disturbing. But now let me go back here. I have to explain something here before I go, because if I use I always like to come back and use 2007 also, so that people that are using the lesser this 2007 version, they can also follow together with us. Okay, we are under the paragraph group, or is under the home. Okay, or is still under the home. Now let's return back to our 2016. Okay, so now I'll come here. This is a paragraph group. Please see where I'm going to click this on this ribbon here. I click here on this ribbon. Okay, when I click here on this ribbon, it comes inside here and you can see here. So forget about whatever is happening up here. You can now come here to tabs. Okay, to tabs. So now we can now start setting the tabs. Okay, so we can now start setting the tabs. So now what are we going to use? The center, the left, we are going to set on the right. Okay, this is on the right. Okay, now, and I'm going to just pick up here. I'm going to set up here that it should be on the 4 dotted. Okay, on the 4 dot. Okay, or these are the different things that can be. Then I'm going to set it to be on 6. Okay, the position that I want it to be is at 6. Okay, so now you see this set is now okay. So I cannot take okay. If I take okay here, if I take on okay here, you see this is at the top here. I don't know if my everything is going to be okay with the zoom here, but I'll try to push it back up here to the ruler where 6 is. That is why I was talking. You are going to see I set the right indent here. Okay, this is what is called the right tab. Okay, the right tab. Okay, I'll set the right tab there. So now when you set it and you take set and you click on OK, now let's return back now and you see what is going to happen here. So now if I just come here, I type this, then I press my tab key. Okay, I press the tab key, or it takes the tab, but I haven't yet gotten the result. So let me return back. Something was not where I said tab. Okay, it's on the tab. So 6, then it is on 6. Okay, then I'm going now to take here on this dotted. Okay, dot. Okay, then I'm going to take set, then I'll take okay. Now if I take tab here, this is what it's going to give me. Now if I take the next one, I will just take maybe country, then I take tab. I'm going to get this. Take maybe H tab. I'm going to get that. All right, so I'll take maybe current position, then I take tab. I'm going to get all this. So let's just we can put anything like religious. Okay, so in case you care so much about that, you have phone number, you have like marital status, you can have something like hobby. So this is just how you can set indent tabs and you work with it in Microsoft Word without any challenge. Okay, so either you're a teacher, you are an employer, you want to create a small form for people to fill, this is very okay. As you see, within a shortest time we have done that without like using full stop or dotted line to create out the spacing for all this. Okay, so now we have just looked at this one, so now let's go down to something new again. Okay, I'm not going to save this, this is just for teaching purpose. Okay, now let's return back again to check the live, in case anybody has dropped any comment. We are going to pick the comment from there, then we go. So should in case there's any comment, like I'm saying here, as for now there's no comment, nobody has asked us any question. So now let's continue with the live stream. Okay, let's continue with the live as we move to make it to make sure that it is one of the biggest live stream that I'm going to have today. Yeah, so although I started with a little challenge, a little breakdown, but the truth is that we don't give up. Okay, we don't give up. Okay, now let's launch again back to our Microsoft Word. So now we are going to start with a new document as well. So what new are we going to learn here? We are going to learn how to insert. Okay, how to insert letter how to insert, we call it the headers and the footers. Okay, so there's like footnote and head note of each and everything. So now that will be like telling you that we are gradually being done of exhausting this particular home tab. So we are going now to the insert tab. So now on the insert tab, now we are going to be learning something new. Like we'll be learning how to insert, maybe we'll be learning how to insert headers and footers, we'll be learning how to insert page numbers, we'll be learning how to insert word arts, and also we'll be learning how to insert equations, and we'll be learning how to insert objects as well. Alright, so that is one of the things that happened here with this one. Okay, so now like looking at the document, like let's start here to see how we can insert something like what are like headers and footers. Okay, what are headers and footers, or head note and footnote? These are information that appear. The head note are those information that appear at the top of the document. Okay, like the letter head. Okay, that is why they call it header. While footers are those notes that they appear right at the bottom. Okay, right at the bottom of every document. So you just come here to the insert. Okay, please, if you are using 2007, if you are using 2007, I'm sorry that I closed it, I have to open it back always. You don't have to close it again, you just have to remain open throughout. Okay, you just have to remain throughout so that people can also be seen. So now you just have to come here on the insert as well. Okay, you are going to get all these things that I'm saying there. So after the home, now you have the insert, which is remains the same on the advanced version here that we are there. So now we are going now to go now to the headers and footer group, like you see here. Okay, so I click here on header. If I click here on header, you see it's going to come and give me like something like a type of design where I can take anything there that I want here. I can take edit, but you cannot edit when you have not inserted anything. Okay, so if I take here, you see it is have cut it right up here. Okay, and it gives me the possibility to type. This whatsoever that I'm going to type here is not going to be part of this document. Okay, it's not going to be part of this document. As well as at this particular level, I can insert. Okay, I can insert anything that I want to insert. For instance, I can also still take insert and I insert a picture. Okay, I insert a picture. Let me go to my downloads. On my download now, I can take the flyer of this live that we are using to insert as a header there. Okay, to insert as a header, so you get no issue. So it also even come with everything that is needed to do it. So you see this is still on the header. We are working but currently on the header like this. So should in case I can decide to bring this and I put it here like a header, nothing is going to be wrong here. Okay, nothing is going to be wrong there. So you can see that we are positioning our header very well, our header paper very well. So This can be this also happen, maybe somebody, a graphic designer, has designed a header paper for you, okay, that you can be using and now send to you as an image. This is how you can now insert it to be using, okay, to be using throughout your life. But this is our core concern, is not to design this image, okay. We are working on what? Our header. Our header is the main concern that we're working there. So I can just come here, I write the name of my company, like I can just write there. I can just, you see that it's having some issues. So we are here on the header and footer sections, okay. That is why I can now return back to home, and I give you the font color also, that if I'm typing something I must see what I'm typing. So I can start typing there. Okay, so it should be that. Okay, this is where our first incident is starting, so I can take some tab until it reach somewhere where I want it to be before I start typing. Okay, I can now start typing. Maybe I space here, from space here I can start typing now that impact. This other shape is still covering it, okay. It's a shape that is covering it, so I can now move to where I know that there is no shape covering it. Then I start typing there, like impact, okay. Impact fuse 1. Also give maybe like my contact there. In case somebody want to contact me, you can just contact me on my email address, like this. Okay, so that is how we deal with header, okay. So that is just it. This is already my header. Now if I close this header and I start to type the normal document, you are not going to, anything that I am going to do doesn't have anything to affect this particular header. Okay, the same thing happen in case you want to deal with footers. There is no issue there. You just return back to your insert. Now you get to put what? Footers, okay. You just click on footers and you take the type of footer that you want to use. So you can have a footer. So if I take footer, I just come to the footer and I'll put like impact fuse, okay. Impact fuse. So you can also use the name of your company, okay. I'm just using my company because I have to brand my own, okay. So I can put my email address here, okay. I can put my email address. Then maybe here I can put my contact number, okay. So I can put my contact number here, so that in case somebody wants to reach out to me, you can just take my contact number there. And now if I close it, if I come here, I click on close and we scroll down, you see that this is it. And now in case I type on this document until I type until I'm done, and I move down to the next page, these informations are still going to continue down, okay. I don't need to come here and type it again. So this is for those of you that are working in organizations and you're facing issues every day on things that you have to do, maybe to brand your organization documents to make sure that they keep on being there every day and you don't lose anything. So just think about it and tell us how you feel about it or what you see about it, okay. So we move down as we keep moving down to keep empowering ourselves, to keep seeing that we keep taking impact fields higher. Please, we are always returning back here to check and see that maybe there should be no message left inside the box in which we haven't said anything there, okay. Nobody should have left us any message and we don't say anything about it, because it's going to be a blur. It's going to be a blur for us if somebody drop a message and we don't attend to the person, we don't tell the person that okay, this is what your message is actually about, or we don't attend to you to answer your question in a proper way. It will be as if we don't respect our audience. Alright, so that is why we keep coming back here, and we really appreciate for the numbers of like, for the comments, and for the interest that you people are showing. Life is very amazing. This is amazing. So also tell us what you have learned. Tell us what you have learned so far. Please tell us what you have learned so far. Mong Leong, I really thank you so much for being there. Lady Collins, Landy Collins, yeah, thank you so much for being there also. Okay, so we really appreciate your concern so much. We really thank you all. Yeah, we really thank you for being there. Please, in case I'm not calling your name, it's just because I haven't seen you on the chat box. Okay, if I see you in the chat box, if I see you in the chat box, I must say hi to you, because we don't just come here to come and make it on our own. We can't make it up to this level. If this live stream was just to be streamed by one person alone, by me alone, that means that I will not really have anything to do or to say, so long as the life is concerned. But I believe that it is a community something. It is something that people who are contributing, everybody is there. That is why we are making it so great here. So thank you so much. As we move down again to also look at the other concept of Microsoft Word. Okay, so we have learned how to do numbering, we have learned the basic text formatting, the editing and whatsoever. And in case you are just joining us, we already started this live stream some hours ago. We are making more than 1 hour on the sitting position now, to make sure that we put up everything. Like I check here at the back of my studio, it's showing that we have already been live for more than 2 hours now, and everything is really going so smoothly. So and thank you all for the viewer, thank you all for the consent, thank you all which are here to watch together with me. So now we are going to move down to the next thing that we are going to be doing, still inside the insert. Like I already told you, please, if somebody asks me about how can I add the next page on my computer, please, if you type in a document, for instance, I just said I always like to use the quick text in the case I'm teaching. Okay, I just use the quick text. In case, just take enter. When you take enter, until you enter the next page, you see that the next page is going to automatically come up. Okay, so and your text, that is just how you move here. So there is nothing like how can I put the next page on my work. Alright, so now the next thing that we are going to be seeing here is how to insert shapes. Okay, so still on the insert here, we are going to be seeing how we can insert shapes or pictures. We have seen the picture that we inserted the other time was to teach you how to work on letter heads. Okay, letter heads or footers. Now the next thing that we are going to be seeing normally is how to insert a picture. So just come here to under insert in the illustration group. Okay, in the illustration group, you are going to see picture. You can take online, you can take smart art. Okay, smart art or clip art, you can take share screen, but I'm going to take what we are just going to insert on picture. This is the picture. We are going to insert picture. So when you click on the insert picture, usually it take you to the storage of your computer. Okay, you can come to this PC in case you have connected your external hard drive and you want to get some things there, so you can just come there, you pick it. Now let's return back here. I'm just going to go to pictures, to my downloaded pictures that I downloaded. So let me pick up an image like this one. Okay, I pick up an image like this one. Let's see. That is how you insert it. And now the problem now most often we face is that when you insert something like this, say you are struggling to move it and nothing is moving, everything is just stuck at a point and you feel like you can't do anything on your own. So, and this is one of the problems that most people, when typing with text, they always face when dealing with object. They always face like to insert object. Okay, they always face. Okay, please, I'm sorry for the breakdown. I just want to respond to some emails here. To an email here. Okay, so now let's assume that we have gotten everything here, and everything has come right down to this point. So we have already insert this image. Okay, so now how did we work on it? How did we position it? Should we just allow it to stand like this? No. Once you insert something, it is standing there and highlighted. You can still go to any place. You can go back to home, you can go to insert, you can go to anything. But now the thing that you are going to notice is that when you insert an image or an object, there is also something that comes up which is called like called the format. Okay, this is the format ribbon. Okay, the format tab, sorry, but I call it the virtual tab because actually it is not there regularly. It is not always there. It always come up when you have done something, when you issue a command. Okay, when you issue a command before, this come up. So now this format ribbon is always there to help us now to edit documents, to edit shapes, sorry, to format shapes or things when you insert something before you can see it. Now when you come back here, now you can see when you come from this virtual ribbon that just appeared, the format ribbon, you can see remove background, correction, color, attester effect and whatsoever. But under the 2007 version or the less version, you are not going to have all those effects, but they are still there. Like you can adjust the brightness and the contrast, you are going to have it there. Okay, then actually this picture style, everybody is going to have it. Now I'll first start here by trying to show you that when you insert an image like this and you discover that you can't move it, come under the arrange group. This is where we call the arrange group. Okay, then you can take now position, click on position, then it takes on what text. Just come here, you take on take on text wrap. Okay, under the arrange group, just take text wrap. Then now you can take through. Okay, take through. So when you click on through, now it gives you the possibility now to be able now to navigate. You see that now I can now carry this image along the line to any point that I want it to be. Okay, so now we can reduce it the way that we want it and you get no issue. Okay, you get no issue. So you can now remove it. Okay, you can even place it within text. This is also one of the things that you can also use to make text to flow together with shapes. Okay, in case I turn this to a circle, if I turn this image now if I change the picture now to a circle like an oval here, then I reduce the size in such a way that it can fit inside this text. You see that there is not going to be any problem. For instance, let me fetch back the text that is down and bring it up. You are going to learn something new. Okay, please don't forget to like this live. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tell us where you are watching us from. Okay, so this is one of the other things that we need from you. Just like the like, drop the comment. Your comment, your parts of the encouragement that you give us. Okay, so now if you want to type like this is just how you see we have used text wrap, and this is how text wrap it to be. So now in case I don't want this over that was first there, we can just return back to our normal. Okay, we can just or take undo so that it takes us back to where we are. Okay, now we have seen now we can now move. Okay, I can now move it here, I move it here. So we can also come to take now what under this text wrap, we can also take behind text. If I set that behind text, if I take text wrap behind text, you see that text can now flow on this image. Okay, even if whatsoever thing that I do, text can now flow on it. So that is one of the things that you always see. Some people put text behind, some people make text to flow on image on documents. Okay, so that is one of the things that you can do there. So text wrap and you send behind text. Okay, so and now you want it to be in front of text, so in line with text. This is in line with text, so you have to be moving along the line. So let me reduce the size here. Okay, I have to reduce the size here. Then I can now take it up. Okay, I take it up, I place it here. So now you can also take text wrap, then you take in line with text. That is what will give you a square. So that is how the square is going to appear. That is how it's going to affect it. Then you take tight, that is how it take tight. Okay, that is how it tight. If you take true, that is how true behave. You take bottom at top and bottom. Okay, behind text, that is what it go. In front of text, that is what it goes. You see those text doesn't even move, but the image is just in front of them. You can have, these are just some of the options that you can really get it. Okay, so now, but the best option is always to keep it on. Either you type it or you take on true. Okay, but if you discover that your image is not moving, always first true it before any other thing. Okay, so that is just how you can insert an image. And on an image, you can also take send forward, bring to front, or send to back, or inside you also see they have some drop down menu here. You click there, you can really get some more. So send behind text, if you take send behind text, that is how it go. Or send to back. Okay, I'll click just on send to back. So send to back, send backward, sorry, backward. So that is just how it's happening here. So now the thing now is, let's return back here to just basically see some things here. We can have a remove background. Okay, so this is like in this, you see this has cleared the background of everything here. Okay, it has cleared the background there. So this is one of the things that happened with the advanced version of this Microsoft Word. With this advanced version, okay, this advanced version is so stronger in such a way that it also acts like a Photoshop or other editing applications, in which can make us to maybe to really do some heavy duty work. Okay, let me take undo here. See, when we take there, it has to clear up. So now let's take on corrections. Correction, you see that we can also like do some corrections. Okay, I think that this is not really clear so much. I have to increase the image so that let this let the actions that I'm going to take here be really open, so that you can really feel the vibes. Okay, so that you can really feel the vibe very well. So let me also, I think my zoom is also okay here. Now I want to take on correction. Okay, correction. So these are some of the corrections that it can give us. Okay, so these are some of the corrections that it can give us. So as you see, it's the same like filters. Okay, you can also filter your image. Okay, so that is just what can happen here on the adjustment. Okay, on the adjustment group, which is the first thing there. Then you also have the color. I can change this to black and white. Okay, I can change this like this. You see, we can keep changing the color here, the saturation. So this is some of just some of the things that you can do, so long as this particular area is concerned. So now I just add this one. So you see, this is just some of the things that you can really picture out here. Like you can blur the image. Okay, you can blur it, so you can just see some few things that you can do here. Okay, that is how you can manipulate pictures when it comes to Microsoft Word also. So or here on the picture style, you can just see, you have just see the picture styles here. These are just some of the picture styles that you can get here. Okay, like maybe you depends on how you want to put your things, so you can get it like that. So maybe, and you do the size. Okay, so this is just as I'm just teaching based on what we got in the other document, where we see how there are some images there. So maybe at this particular juncture now, if I take now text wrap, then I say behind text or tied with text square, this is how I'm going to get it. Okay, maybe let's say that you are making something to explain about this particular picture. Okay, let's assume that you are explaining about this picture. So this is how you can now place it. Now also let's look down here at the picture border. Picture border is just like giving lines. Okay, yeah, like giving some lines to the border. Okay, now we also have the next thing, that is like picture effects. Okay, so this is the preset. This is how it looks like. So this is more of like preset, like keep doing more of the editing. Okay, you have the preset, you can give some preset there, which is, this is normal. Okay, this is normal, and maybe still inside this preset again, see inside the preset you can give it some shadow or no shadow. Okay, you can also make sure to give it no shadow. Okay, you can give it no shadow, so but you can also change the shadow direction to see how it flows. Okay, so this is just how it happens here, and this is how it goes here. So on the shadow you can see the different shadows. You can also get to give some reflection. Okay, so should in case you don't want any reflection, remember the first one that was here was having a reflection, but if I take here no reflection, you see how it goes. So I can remove the reflection as well as I can add the reflection, and also the shadow. You can see the shadow, the different shadows and how they look like. Okay, so now that is just how you can do on the picture effects here. So 3D rotation, you can give it some 3D rotation. Alright, so you can give some 3D rotation. So don't see something like this and you think that you can do in Microsoft Word. You can really do it very well in Microsoft Word. Okay, especially people who want to make articles to maybe publication. You want to do some publication of articles. Okay, and you want to write your articles. It's not a big deal that you must go to learn some heavy applications to be able to do things like this nature. So just imagine this is like something. If somebody tell you I create this with Adobe Premiere, you'll be like, I have to learn Adobe Premiere to be able to do something like this nature. But that is not the main case. Okay, it's just to have a good knowledge on how you can manipulate, how you can go along to do things, and you are going to make it to be super amazing. Alright, so now let me assume that I am done with this one. We need to also learn how to also insert shapes. Okay, because apart from pictures we also have shapes. Alright, so just to continue from here, in case you have any question inside the box, please you just have to be patient. I will answer it later or continue here. So now we just go to insert back. Now we are going to take insert word shapes. Okay, this time we are dealing with shapes. So now under shapes, okay, please, I have a lot to talk on that shapes. Let me push down this one a bit. Some people are always think this shapes is not just about to come on. You take here, you can take on different type of shape styles or whatsoever, but also have the first one, which is very important here, which is called the text box. Okay, so sometimes if you are writing something like a letter and you are like a starter, okay, or you want to really make it be stronger and professional, this is what you have to do. Just go to insert there, then you go to your illustration group, you take on shapes, take the first thing that you have there, which is called a text box. Okay, so now you have to learn how to deal with text box. Okay, so you draw it here. Okay, to draw it, just hold your left click. Okay, then you are moving the mouse, it's going to insert it. So this is the first thing that we have here. Okay, assuming that I have to give my names here, I have to give my names. Okay, then I need to get something like maybe my phone number, which is like 237-673-82. okay, 77. All right, then I need to give like my email address, which is this is my email address. Okay, so gmail.com. all right, then we also have to give my working location, which is just called, I'll just put there like Abu Dhabi. Okay, I'll just have to put Abu Dhabi. Okay, because Abu Dhabi, UAE. Okay, UAE. So okay, just assume that this is my address. I want to write a letter maybe to Kafiru. Okay, so I'll also just come here, I'll insert another box. Okay, I'll also equally insert another box. The same thing. I'll not start to do copy and paste now because you may not really understand what I'm doing. So I'll just insert another text box again here. Then now inside here I'm going to write Director General. Okay, Director General. Kafiru. Okay, even the spelling is wrong, no issue. Let me see down. I'm writing the Director General of Coffee Dubai Center. Okay. These are the two addresses. We have the addressor and the addressee. Okay, this is me, the addressor here, and this is the addressee. Should in case you want to write and maybe you are having issues of alignment, positioning, and the rest of the things, and you are like wondering what to do, insert text box like this, and you do okay. Now when you insert text box, what did you have to do? Please, text box editing is also very normal. So now I can also just come here, I select this one, I go back on the home tab, I do the necessary editing that I have to do there. Like maybe the font can be like Times New Roman that I want to use there, and then I give it the font size by maybe 12. Okay, maybe I can give the font type, the font color, like maybe the blue font color. Okay, I can give the blue font color there. Then now I can also the line spacing here, I can also reduce the line spacing. Okay, you can remove the line spacing after paragraph here. Then now what you have to do here is that we go now to the format. Okay, inside the fee, okay, I make sure that I give it no fee so that it doesn't have like any fee color. So fee color, so if I bring it here, you see it doesn't have anything, but by default there was a fee color there which was white. That is why you cannot see. That is, if I give this fee color white, I bring it down here, you see that it's going to cover this one. Okay, so what we do here is that just give it go to your fee, give it no color. Okay, no color. Now when you give it no color on the outline here, also just give it no outline. Okay, and now we see that if I click outside here, you are not going to see anything. So the same thing happens here. Okay, I'll just also come here, I reduce my font size, I reduce the spacing and the rest of the things, so I can use let me see area. Okay, I want to use something like agency FD. Oh no, this is not a good font for me. I just want to use, I don't want, okay, let me use the old English text there. It's no issue. Alright, this is for practical, please, but remember to always use standard. Okay, so now I'll come now, the will change maybe there to maybe the green. Okay, all depends on you, please, but don't go coloring a document that you want to send somebody. Black is always the standard of writing. Okay, now I'll go now to format. I'll come now, also I need to also reduce the spacing here. The spacing here is much, then I need to move anything after paragraph, more spacing after paragraph. Okay, so now after all that is done, I just need to go to my format. I make sure that on the shapes I give it what, no shape outline. Okay, no shape free, no outline. So when I click here now, how can you identify that this document was typed using shapes? So this is one of the key techniques that you have to know whensoever that you are dealing with typing complicated documents. You can also go to insert, and you insert a shape which is called text box, and now using text box you can use to conquer all this. Okay, so now we are going to look, but the last and not the least thing here under the design, we are going to now bring in the real shapes. Okay, like maybe let's say that you need something like a star, you need something like a star or a banner. Okay, so this is just it. So we are going to come here, we take it here and we just draw it. Okay, this is how it comes by default. You come with this. So now it's now left for you as an individual to change on the fill color. Okay, maybe you don't want any fill color there, then I give it no fill color. Maybe I just need the outline, then I can change my outline to the color in which I want that it should be. Then maybe I can also even increase the outline by taking on weights. Okay, the weights of the outline. So you see these are the different weights of the outline. We are going to get our banner, and our banner is already ready. Okay, so let's assume that you can also be like preparing something, like you are preparing like a cover page, which this is not our concern for today. I believe in our next tutorial we are going to be covering on that. Okay, we are going to be working on how to design cover pages. So Now if I want to write inside here, I just right click on it. Make sure that you are on it. Okay, make sure that you select it, highlight this shape like you can see here. Then you can now right click on it and you take what, add text. Okay, and you take now add text. You can now start typing on it. Okay, please always make sure that you highlight the shape very well before you right click on it. Then we can now take on add text here. So if I take add text, I can now write inside this shape. Okay, I can now write inside this shape without any problem. So even the text that I've already typed there, we can now come here to give it a color. Okay, give it a color that is visible. Okay, we give it a color that is visible. All right, so we can bold it also. We can give it a particular font that really make it to be okay. So like I can just come here, maybe I was typing like welcome. Okay, I was just typing like welcome. Okay, or bonjour. Okay, bonjour. So that is just one of the things that you have to know there about dealing with shapes. So after this point of dealing with shapes, I don't want this live stream to be too much long, because when it becomes too much long, then it will be boring as well. So we just come to the end of the live stream now, and as we move down the screen, everything is okay, and we really appreciate you all for coming today to this live. As we're going to go, please don't forget to keep hitting the like button and dropping your comments and tell us what you really feel about this live stream today. As we thank you all for coming, as we prepare again in a week time again, we are going to be coming back. All right, we are going to be coming back in 1 week time again to still continue to work on tutorial again on this Microsoft Word, and we'll be dropping the topics that we will be working on it as we come up with the next live streaming program. Until then, see you in our next tutorial. In case you are just joining us, if you're just seeing this live, from this point, know that it's a rebroadcast, because we are going to be closing down for now. But we want to thank you all for coming on board. We want to thank you all for joining us today on this live stream, and we want to appreciate you all for being there. So we are going to come back again next week, and we continue where we end, but you stay on Impact Fields. Watch other educating tutorials, because this is not only the tutorial, the other one tutorial that we have here. Got a lot of tutorials here, and they are very important, and we want that keep on watching it, keep on listening to it, keep on following it as we move down the screen. And see you in our next tutorial. For now, bye bye till then. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for staying together with us up to this point. Thank you all.